So today I've got a really cool exercise for you called storytelling said versus universe said. Okay, so there's two things to this one. One is talking you through something called storytelling, and the other one is showing you the next step, which will add another dimension to it. Okay, so to do a story tell with the tarot, you take a deck, okay? And you go through the deck thinking of your day, and you go through and you think, did this show up for me today? When I say think, it's not really thinking, it's a gut kind of feeling. You don't even need to know the tarot, just look at the picture and be like, did I feel like that today or not? To be honest, I did. It's been one of those days. So that's going in the yes pile. Do I feel like I've been an empress today? Yes. So that's going in the yes pile. Do I feel like I didn't take what was on offer today? No, that's going in the no pile. Did anything come through for me in this way today? Actually, yes. So that's going in the yes pile. And so on, okay? So I tell you what, why don't you get your deck and start doing that now? You can do it with me whilst I do it. So Three of Pentacles, yes, that was there. Queen of Cups, yes, I think that was there. Sun, no, it's been a really dreary day, inside and out. Meaning inside here and out there. So it's been quite emotional, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that one, so I'm going to put it in the maybe pile. So you could end up with three piles, yeah? One of yes, one of no, one of maybe. Do I think it's been successful? Yeah, but it's been a bit challenging. Has it been 10 of Wands? Absolutely. Has there been a Tower? Totally. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, there's been a few Queen of Pentacles that it's been going on with. King of Pentacles, nope. Do I feel like I was defensive? No, I feel like I was quite okay. Death, no, that hasn't showed up for me today. The Fool, I did something foolish yesterday, I think, which kind of made it happen. So I'm going to put the Fool in the yes pile. Okay, so did I abandon things? No. Do I feel like I'm looking forward and to the future? Yes. So I'm just going to go through the rest of them now. I did feel a bit like that for sure. So 9 of Wands is going in that place. I've tried to be quiet with myself too. So that's going in there too. And Mercury's gone retrograde. So there has been a lot of this anxious, ungrounded stuff going on. So that's going in there. I haven't really seen anyone today, let alone my beloved, so that's a no. I haven't been in the car, although it has felt quite challenging on you know, that side of like keeping a tight rein on things and keeping the right balance on things. So I'm going to put the Chariot in the yes pile. Has judgment been a big part? For sure. Both in the way of judging and assuming, and also being able to open up our minds and our hearts and our dialogue. So that's justice has got to be there, because there's been a lot of honesty. There was a bit of upset before we got there. Do I feel like it's healed? No, not really. Still feels quite raw. 10 of Swords, I think I've already put out there. Change, I guess, has been there. Some money has been there. Definitely a feeling of this and needing not to take things personally. My heart has been hurting today. Physical pain. You know, when you really get that heartache, You feel like someone's really put the knife in? And it's been 3 actually, so that's a really strong one, and I've really felt it. It's really felt very painful. There's been that. There's been this. There's been this as well. The need to keep a balance. Woo! It's been a bit of a day, that's for sure. Okay, so hopefully you are doing your own yes/no pile. Definitely some strength needed there, and yeah, a real sense of that going on as well. Bit of this going on which felt not so nice. So have you got your own pile there? Yeah, the moon is a yes for me. All that kind of ouchy, emotional, tender place. Oh, and the 5 of Wands. Okay, so you should have a pile of no cards, a pile of yes cards, and maybe you've got a maybe card. The reason I was laughing just then is because I am notorious for having rather long story tells. So we need to try and get it down to 7 cards if you can. So you can take your yes pile and just be like, what was a real yes for you today? Go into your feelings and be like, what has really stuck with me today? How do I really feel today? And then narrow it down from there. And you might be putting some cards in the maybe, and maybe you can take them back again. Maybe you can't. Maybe there's just not enough room. Okay, so it's not going to be any room for my maybe pile. And how many have I got it down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I need to take it down even more. And sometimes you might just need to put it out to, in front of you in the order of the events to help you see what needs to really stay. Okay. And you might find that, sometimes it's just the major arcana because they tend to say it all. And the minor arcana is just ways of saying more of the same thing, really. So I'll show you what I'm putting down here in a moment. I know you can't see it, but hopefully you're doing this along with me and you're laying your cards out and then maybe weeding some out. Okay, now I've got it down to 3. Yeah, I've got it down to 3. So I'm going to have a look and see how I can pad that back up to 6. Which ones out of my maybe pile really do resonate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I got it. All right, so I am going to put my camera down so you can start seeing what we do next. Okay, all right, so you can see here this morning, as soon as I woke up, boom, there was the tower. I went on to Facebook and there was a whole big debate going on around something I did. Okay, so there's the tower right there. Okay, there was 3 people involved in it. Felt like 3 people sticking the knife in. Felt a bit personal. Felt a bit ganged up on. I felt ganged up on, which is this card here. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't need this 5 of Wands really. I think that says it all, but actually, because I said 6 cards, which one? 5 of Wands? No, it doesn't need to say that. I think maybe the Chariot does. So yeah, this was really upsetting. This was literally me this morning in my bed. It's really not a good idea to wake up and go straight on your phone, is it? I mean, how many of us do that these days? I have a practice called the morning pages. I need to move, you know, you might know it from the Artist Way, but I basically need to move my journal upstairs by my bed because it's downstairs in the lounge, but my phone is by my bed. So yeah, really awful kind of start to the day there. I'm actually going to go for 7 cards because I really do feel like the moon needs to be in here because it was just really, as I said, I've had the heart pangs. It's been quite deep. So I'm just going to put the moon in there. This was me sat up in bed. And yeah, this was me having to really kind of toe the line, listen, but not be, but be strong, you know, as well. So that was there. So actually not going to fit. 7 isn't going to fit there. So I'm going to take the Chariot out because really this was me feeling really bruised and beaten up, but I had to find the strength to not take things personally. It's Mercury retrograde today. Did I say that? It goes retrograde today. I really had to find the strength to not take things personally. And as I did, it feels like this happened, basically. So, yeah, I'm going to put strength there as my last card. Okay, now this is what you put in your daily diary. Okay, so have a daily diary and maybe shorthand it. So, you know, you could make a shorthand key for the tarot and you just write down, you record, you know, what it was. And I do that every single day for a week, and then I tally up the cards that have come up, and then you can see which ones are reoccurring the most and which ones aren't even getting a look in, and what that actually means. And for your patterns in your life, it can be really, really illuminating. I mean, I've had clients on the Transformational Truth of Tarot that when they started doing this, left relationships that they've been in for 17 years. It's a wake-up call. It really is a wake-up call. And it's a serenity prayer wake-up call, because it's kind of like gives you this, you're looking at it, you know, you're seeing at it, and it's been a bit like this week, but it's not normally like this. And the only reason I decided to do this today was because I actually started doing a journal for you guys to record your tarot in, and then I realised that I hadn't got the YouTube, so I have to do this. And it just happened to be a naff day, right? But I don't have this every single day. You'll be pleased to know. I'm pleased to know. So anyway, you get to see the patterns. Like when I lived in Spain, I did have the Hermit every single day for about 16 months. I was up in a mountain. I didn't speak the language, all of those types of things. But, you know, there was nothing I could do about it, really. So it's that serenity prayer, isn't it? God, give us the courage to change the things we can. The serenity to accept the things we can't, and the courage to know the difference. this is what this does. Okay, now once you've done this, you can take it a step further. You can take it a step further and shuffle the cards, and then you get to see what the universe thought. So Temperance, you can't see this, can you? It's not coming out that well. I'll have to hold it up for you. So Temperance here instead of the Tower. Interesting. Temperance to me is about honesty, patience, strength, grace. So I think it's kind of and there it's got the Tower. Interesting. So maybe it's telling me that behind this Tower was about the lesson of temperance. But did I pass? Oh, look, there is the moon. So there is, oh, look, and it's smack bang where I put the moon as well. No, this is not pre-planned. This is just the magic of the tarot. Let me see if I can put this down so you can see. Does that make it any better? Yes, it does, doesn't it? I mean, what's the chances of that? 6 cards out of 78. There you go. Okay. Let's see what the next one is. Okay. Opening. Emotional maturity and the world. I nearly put the world there. So this has made me very happy because it's helped me to see that the universe, number one, knows what I've been going through here, and that actually I've been doing okay with it, that I've actually managed to rise with it with temperance because I've got the world here. So I've achieved that lesson that has started out for the day. It totally agrees with me about how emotional it's been, but it's saying that I've done well with not going into this. There has been a few tears, and I nearly shut down with this, but I did make an effort to not take things personally and actually, you know, open up and be able to receive feedback and things along those lines. So that was actually, that's showing me that I think I've managed to do that, go from here to here, which is fantastic. Also, I've managed to go from not taking things personally and feeling beat up and ganged up on to emotionally mature. And I've really had to work at that. It's taken a lot of strength, but I do feel that I've managed to do that today. And it seems to say that mission is accomplished. I've got the world. It's been a hell of a day, but yeah, this really helps me to see what the universe is saying it sent to me today and why, and whether I managed to achieve it okay. So there you go. Storytelling said versus universe said. That's what this little exercise is. And if I get my Transformational Truth of Tarot journal out in time for next year, I only just started it and it's November. If I get it out in time for next year, I'll put a link in the in this YouTube. But there will be a place for you to actually record these for yourself every day, every week of the year. Okay, not that you need that, because you can just do it here and keep a notebook and put it all in your notebook. But I've developed such a tarot practice now on a daily level that doesn't fit in any journal, and I'm getting fed up of using notebook after notebook after notebook, hence starting to make the journal. So look out for the Transformational Truth of Tarot journal, and I'll get it out to you as soon as possible. And I hope that you found this really interesting and enlightening. Okay, take care. Bye for now.